Coming up, leaving the station, the last call for a beloved campus dining spot.
And weather updates as spring break approaches for the week ahead, and how airports across the country are increasing security measures for travelers.
Final second fireworks, what went down in the final seconds of Iowa's loss to Ohio State in the Big Ten tournament.
And another look into a multi-part series celebrating culture.
All that and more coming up right now on DITV.
Good morning, live from Iowa City. It is Friday, March 13th. I'm Annika Perez.
And I'm Josie Boyle. And Annika, I just wanted to say that I am so excited that spring break is starting.
Same here, Josie. And honestly, I'm not really planning on doing much. Maybe sleep, some homework, all that good stuff.
Well, it's good that you're planning on staying inside because taking a look, today's high will be around 45 degrees with clouds and wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. So walking to class might be a challenge. Skies will continue to be overcast until the evening with a low around 30 degrees. Saturday will be similar with the daytime high around 47 degrees with cloudy skies and a chance of showers or wet snow. So I will definitely be staying inside. It's hard to believe I was wearing a t-shirt and enjoying the sun earlier this week, but it looks like I will be wearing my warm coat for the foreseeable future.
And the University of Iowa is saying goodbye to one of its most popular dining spots. Today is the last day of the Union Station, the food court in the basement of the Iowa Memorial Union. It is closing due to a major renovation project that will permanently change how food is served inside the building. Instead of a food court style service, the Union Station will become a standalone national chain restaurant. And this is just one of two chains coming to campus.
We think students will really enjoy the two brands that are coming to campus, and we think it's going to be one that really is going to make an impression with students. But
one part of the sweeping changes headed to the Union, as the former River Room is seeing renovations as well, such as made-to-order sushi bar. Stanwyck hopes this work will help the IMU remain a central part of university life.
I can't lie, I'm excited to see this be a hub. You know, we want to see more people coming down here to be able to do different things, to spend time with people. It doesn't get much better than that. It's all about what student life is.
The University of Iowa has suspended the master's degree program in sustainability development as only 2 students are currently enrolled in the program. The goals of the suspension are to assess the future of the program and to determine if it should be relocated to another college within the university. There is a chance that the university's new School of Earth, Environment, and Sustainability will adopt the program in the near future.
And the University of Iowa has demoted an employee after she was featured in a video on Fox News, claiming the university is still doing diversity, equity, and inclusion work, just under a different name. The video showed former Director of Leadership and Student Organization Development, Andrea Tinoco, saying things such as, quote, DEI and student organizations and all of that, it's real. It still exists, end quote. The video was filmed without her knowledge and it was sent to Fox News. This came after the University of Iowa was forced to remove DEI-related programs. Tinoco has been demoted to project coordinator along with a 5% pay reduction. And news reporter Ariel Calder has the full coverage. You can find her story at thedailyiowan.com. And a new bill is making its way through the legislature. Its goal to raise income limits for certain Iowans and restrict the Women, Infants, and Children program's eligibility.
We have DITV's Kenna Murtis live in the newsroom to tell us more. Kenna, what does this bill mean for Iowans?
Hi guys, this new bill being passed is going to create new restrictions around income for Iowans with disability and create restrictions for Iowa food assistance in the Women, Infants, and Children program, also known as WIC. WIC provides food, baby formula, nutrition support for young children and pregnant women. Restricting the program would require immigration status, limiting the program to U.S. citizens and legal immigrants. However, several House Democrats say that the bill could lead to starving infants and a negative impact on Iowans' economy. And for Iowans with a disability, this bill would allow them to earn more without losing health coverage like Medicaid. The bill has passed the Iowa House and waits for the Iowa Senate's decision. Now, we do have some information regarding travel plans outside the country. I'm going to send it back to you guys at the desk regarding the new security measures.
And we do have Grace Lathrop in Spain, but unfortunately, she was not able to have a live shot with us tonight. So going off of that, we will see that there are a lot of security measures in place across Europe. Airports are preparing for a new border security system that will require biometric scans for travelers entering the European Union. This means technology will automatically track when travelers enter and leave the EU, using physical identification data like fingerprints and facial recognition. Officials say the new system is designed to improve security, but travel experts warn that it could also lead to much longer lines in major airports, like Madrid and Barcelona. At the same time, Spain and the United States are navigating some recent diplomatic tension tied to the military. And conflicts in the Middle East, Spain has pushed back against allowing certain U.S. military operations from bases. Here, although leaders from both countries say the overall relationship between the longtime allies remains strong, for Americans and students who may be traveling to Spain for spring break, the good news is that tourism spots remain open and as popular as ever. But travelers should be prepared for potential delays in changing entry procedures as Europe updates its border systems.
And make sure to stay tuned because it is tournament season. We have full coverage from basketball, wrestling, and track and field, plus weekend previews from the Diamond.
And an update on a showcase celebrating culture, a show about creativity and mental illness, and a Grammy winner visits campus. Coming up after the break.
TV allowed me to get hands-on training, really touch a camera every day, get repetition on a weekly basis, get out, cover games, get the highlights, tell the stories, and that's what I do now on a daily basis covering sports here at KCRG.
Welcome back to DITV. I cannot blame students for getting away during spring break to avoid this unpredictable Iowa weather. But looking at the forecast ahead, Sunday will bring thunderstorms with highs in the 40s. Monday will be the coldest day of the week with a high around 20 degrees with cloudy skies. Tuesday will bring partial clouds and a high of 30 degrees, and we can expect some scattered showers in the evening with potential snow. Wednesday will be much warmer with a high around 50 degrees, and Thursday will be the nicest day of the week with a high around 65 degrees. Well, we're going to see a wide range of temperatures this week, but I am certainly looking forward to those nice days in the 60s. But weather is not the only thing that's upsetting. I'll now send it over to DITV Sports' Cole Krieger to tell us about the upset in Hawkeye sports. Cole?
Well, thank you there, Josie. The Iowa men's basketball team battled hard in the Big Ten tournament in Chicago with a strong second-round win over Maryland, 75-64 on Wednesday. But then things got shaky for the Hawks. DITV's Colin Crithers was on site with how yesterday's game came down to the final moments.
After taking down Maryland, the 9-seed Hawkeyes took on the 8-seeded Ohio State Buckeyes in the third round of the Big Ten tournament. This being the fourth consecutive year the two programs have met in this tournament. With the return of Christoph Tilley and a Bruce Thornton masterclass, they would shoot 10 for 13 from the field in the latter portion of the first half.
So getting Tilley back, that really opens up the offense for them because when you hit the short roll, you can either go and try and score or you can hit someone else.
And as you can clearly see right behind me is the Hall of Famer Michael Jordan statue. And just like his number, Bennett Sturtz had his 23rd game, scoring 17 points or more in an Iowa uniform. However, he was the only Hawk reaching double digits in this one as his squad struggled in a race with an Ohio State team that's scoring offense ranks 109 spots better in the country than Iowa's. The second half was a tale of runs with Chapter 1 titled All Buckeye Nuts as they sunk down 6 of 7 field goals. Iowa turned the tide in Chapter 2 titled Crack That Nut to close the gap. They found themselves in position to tie the game with 7.2 seconds left and down 72-69. The inbound would go to Brennan Hosson in the corner for his first and only shot of the game. And as it was up, away, and over the backboard out of bounds with a controversial no call, according to the shooter and his coach.
He fouled me. They said they were going to foul coming out the huddle. Heard him say it, grabbed me. Unfortunate. Ref probably had a bad angle, and it is what it is.
Iowa will have to sit around and wait to see their seed and draw in the NCAA March Madness tournament. From the United Center, Colin Crithers, DITV Sports.
This weekend comes one of the most important days in college basketball, Selection Sunday. It's a day where the NCAA Selection Committee decides what teams will make it to the NCAA tournament. DITV's Morgan Burhans is live inside Carver Hawkeye Arena to tell us where the Iowa women's basketball team stands before March Madness begins. Morgan?
Thanks, Cole. As you said, March Madness is approaching fast with the first round beginning on March 20th. Now, after falling to the second-ranked UCLA Bruins in the Big Ten Championship, the Hawkeyes are projected a 2 seed in the NCAA tournament. Women's basketball analyst Autumn Johnson predicts that the Hawks will face off against 15-seed Vermont in the first round. In this situation, if they were to beat Vermont, they would take on the winner of Rice and Texas Tech in the round of 32. But remember, this is just a projection and not guaranteed. While the chances are slim, the Hawkeyes could technically still fall to a 3 seed in the tournament. In any case, the Hawkeyes are set to host their first 2 rounds right here at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Live from that same building, Morgan Burhans, DITV Sports.
And Wednesday night, the NCAA released its seeding for the Wrestling National Championships, which will take place next week in Cleveland. The Hawkeyes qualified wrestlers from 9 out of 10 weight classes. Out of all the automatic qualifiers, Michael Caliendo is the highest seed of all the Hawkeyes, coming in seeded in 3rd. Patrick Kennedy received a 5th seed, while Drake Isle comes in as a 6th seed. Nasir Bailey and Angelo Ferrari are slotted in as 7 seeds, and right behind them are Dean Peterson and Ben Keeter as 8 seeds. Rounding out the lineup is Ryder Block and Gabe Arnold, who walk in as the 15th and 27 seeds in their weight classes. Swapping over to the diamond, the Iowa baseball team is preparing for their Big Ten opener against Penn State. The Hawkeyes have won 4 out of their last 5 games and currently sit at 11-5 on the season, while Penn State is just a measly 4-11. Iowa will spend 3 days in PA for a 3-game weekend series. First pitch for Game 1 is set for tonight at 2:30 CST. Switching over to softball, the Hawkeye softball team will hit the road to take on the Illinois Fighting Illini for their 2nd Big Ten series of the season. Iowa's coming off a trip to Normal, Illinois, where the Hawkeyes defeated the Illinois State Redbirds 6-3. Iowa will now turn their attention to Illinois, who they'll face 3 times this weekend, with Game 1 starting tonight at 5 p.m. And the Iowa track and field team is hitting the big stage this weekend for their NCAA tournament. The Hawkeyes qualified 9 athletes to compete, with Kalen Walker and Ryan Johnson making a reappearance in the tournament. Walker, a 3-time Big Ten champ, will compete in the 60-meter dash, and Johnson, a 2-time Big Ten champ and world leader, will compete in the weight throw. The Hawkeyes will have 4 individual athletes taking the big stage for the first time, with the women's 4x4 relay competing as well. Action will begin tonight in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Oh my gosh, talking about track reminds me of when I did track in senior year of high school. Josie, do you like to run?
Not a big fan of running, but I am a big fan of walking and even dancing.
Well, that's great because there are some really fun dance events happening right now. So let's walk it out to the Vibe to learn more. Thank you for joining us for the Vibe. My name is Kate Fern, and I'm so excited to be bringing you all the things happening in arts and culture. To start us off, we're continuing our series on a University of Iowa organization that celebrates cultures from around the world.
The University of Iowa.
I didn't even know that Walk It Out existed my freshman year until the showcase happened, and I went and saw it, and I was like, oh my god, I need to be on that stage.
We have gone through hip-hop and African culture, but now we're going to switch things up. Y ahora entramos al mundo de la cultura latina.
I just love being around other Latin people and being able to share that part of my identity.
I felt like Walk It Out was a good outlet for me to express myself.
Co-leaders Weber and Fontanez work with their groups, showcasing Latin culture and celebrate the diversity and traditions within the community.
Parts of my culture make me happy, and I just want to share that with other people.
Those celebrating their culture, they want to highlight the hard times currently happening in the world and bring it back to the love of dance.
It's hard seeing a lot of things on the media, on the news, or maybe in person at times, and it's really easy to become pessimistic.
I think in an environment where minorities are sometimes devalued and looked down on for trying to share their culture, events like Walk It Out give us a chance to be even louder.
By proudly representing their Latin culture on campus, students say that they are showing their true power of community.
Because I do believe the only thing stronger than hate is love.
Walk It Out is quickly approaching its showcase. While there is still more to explore, students hope the event not only entertains the audience, but also helps people learn more about the cultures being celebrated. De la Universidad de Iowa, Linda Laco, DITV, Arte y Cultura.
Thanks, Linda. And the University of Iowa Theater Department opened an exciting new play last month titled Love Pentagram. Audience members brought high energy and supported undergraduate directors, stage managers, and actors and playwrights. The playwright M.K. Schultz spent about 2 months preparing the play and had its doors open within 4 weeks of rehearsals. During rehearsals, they worked to understand character depth and intensity, which only made their love and appreciation for the efforts in the cast to grow.
There was so much teamwork from so many different people, and so many people that helped me edit the script, make changes to the script, and I truly could not have done this without all of those many people.
Participants say the group worked more like a family. They tried their best to support everyone while making it an amazing experience for the audience. And an event at the James Theater showed how art can play a role in having important conversations about mental illness. DITV's Gabby Risk walks us through the evening of creativity and destigmatization.
Schizophrenia, a mental health disorder with a long history of stigma attached to it, some of which still carries on to this day. But that's exactly what these University of Iowa faculty members are hoping to combat against using the power of storytelling.
Stories have always existed as a way to find truth, share voices, and amplify important messages.
And when it comes to messages about mental health, the event Many Keys, One Conversation found a unique way to blend together scientific research about schizophrenia with stories, art, and conversations from members of the Iowa City community.
There's a really strong history at the University of Iowa looking at the interplay between creativity and schizophrenia.
Professors from the university were joined by several writers and artists who shared their creative works and spoke of how their experiences with mental illness and schizophrenia have impacted and contributed to their art. The conversations aim to help shine a spotlight on the overlap that is shared between creativity and mental illness in hopes of creating a more positive connection.
Highlighting that people who have mental illness themselves are very creative and contribute significantly to art and writing, sort of helps people pair those things in a positive way.
Faculty says that by engaging in meaningful conversations about schizophrenia, they can help spread the idea that people affected are valued members of the community and have a lot to offer creatively and in enriching the lives of others. From the James Theater, Gabby Risk, DITV.
And a Grammy winner won the heart of Iowa City. Joshua Bell collaborated with the Academy of St. Martin in the Fields to perform a number of famous classical songs. DITV's Anshika Gura has the full story on the performance.
Joshua Bell graced Iowa City with his world-famous performances, bringing people of all ages to enjoy classical music. Bell has been the most celebrated violinist of his era and has gained worldwide acclaim for his joyful and inspiring performances.
I really enjoy how he plays and how expressive he is. I know that's kind of controversial, but if that's how he plays, that's how he plays.
People from his early college days even came to visit him and enjoy his music.
He was an 8th grader or a freshman in high school in Bloomington, Indiana, and he was known all the way back then as an emerging star.
He was on crutches and had his leg wrapped, and we never did find out if he was faking it for April Fool's Day or if it was for real that he had injured himself playing basketball.
Attendees went home happy after seeing Joshua Bell perform live. Joshua will be performing in Canada and Florida later this month. From Hunter Auditorium, Anshika Gura, DITV.
And for our Feel Good Friday story, former President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama are officially expanding to Broadway. They'll be producing a revival of the Tony and Pulitzer Prize winning play titled Proof. The story surrounds a young woman whose life is turned upside down after the death of her mathematician father, along with the discovery of a mysterious notebook. Directed by Tony winner Thomas Kail, the play will star Don Cheadle and Iowa Debris, who are also making their Broadway debuts. Proof will begin its 16-week run on March 31st at the Booth Theater. Now, guys, I'm so excited for spring break. I know that I'm definitely planning on watching the Oscars this weekend. What about you guys?
I'll be going to Cleveland to cover the Wrestling National Championships. Really looking forward to that. What about you guys?
I think I'm just sleeping and working on homework.
Same as well. I have a lot of work to catch up on.
Thank you so much for joining us live for this week's segment of DITV, as you guys know, this is our last week before spring break.
That's right, Annika. And you can see us live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and from Adler Journalism Building.
From all of us here at DITV, have a wonderful spring break.